I speak.
Okay. Call the meeting to order. And I need to get my information up in front of me. So I wasn't really quite ready to call the meeting. All right. So good evening and welcome to this meeting of the Mayor and Common Council of Westminster. We are gathered here at historic City Hall, originally an estate built in 1842 by Colonel John K. Longwell. The city acquired this building in 1939, and it has since been the venue where the mayor and council conduct the city's business. One interesting fact about Westminster is in 2011, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in Phelps versus Snyder, a case that began right here in Westminster. The father of Marine Lance Corporal Matthew Snyder, a Westminster native, sued after protesters from a rabidly deranged church in Kansas picketed his son's funeral. The court ultimately upheld the protesters' First Amendment rights, even though their actions were despicable, making this a nationally significant case rooted right here in our city's history. And for those of you that don't typically come to the meetings, I try to have one little tidbit of a history about Westminster for every meeting. If anybody has anything good, let me know. Moving on, the City Council typically convenes on the second and fourth Monday of each month. Please note that these meetings are open to the public here at City Hall and also streamed live on the city's YouTube page, as well as the Community Media Center channel and website. We extend our gratitude to the media center for their participation in ensuring public access to these meetings. What the heck is that? Is there a ghost in here? As a courtesy to everyone, please take a moment to silence your cell phones and other electronic devices that might interrupt this meeting. I was a little late on that one. Thank you. I will begin the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Copies of tonight's agenda and entire information packet that the council will be using are available online and on the city's website. Hard copies of the agenda are available here in the front of the room for those in attendance. A couple of presentations this evening. The first one will be the City of Westminster's Bird City recognition. And I'd like to call on Miss Pamela Kellett. Am I pronouncing that right?
Correctly.
From Bird City, Maryland. So welcome, and the floor is yours, ma'am.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Pamela Kellett, and I am the Bird City, Maryland coordinator for the Maryland Bird Conservation Partnership. Bird City, Maryland was started in 2019 as a way to encourage communities in Maryland to enhance the environment for birds and to educate the public about the contributions that birds make to a healthy environment. Bird City, Maryland is an initiative of the Maryland Bird Conservation Partnership and joined the National Bird City Network in 2023, which is a joint venture of the American Bird Conservancy and the Environment for the Americas. The network unites and connects independent bird city communities throughout the hemisphere who work directly with local communities like you to envision and complete bird-friendly actions. Together we form a powerful collaborative force, connecting people and helping birds across the hemisphere. So Bird City, Maryland is pleased to announce that Westminster has been recognized as Carroll County's first Bird City, Maryland community. Bird cities are required to complete at least 10 action points, including committing to an annual celebration of World Migratory Bird Day. And World Migratory Bird Day has an annual conservation theme and is sponsored by the Environment for the Americas, which is a Western Hemispheric organization that connects diverse people to birds and nature. This year's theme is Shared Spaces, Creating Bird-Friendly Communities, sporting their beautiful merch right now. And each year they have a different conservation action theme, and all the resources to celebrate are shared with the communities that are part of our Bird City network. The application has 4 categories: habitat, threats to birds, education and engagement, and sustainability. Each category has multiple possible actions that cities can complete, and the communities must complete at least 3 actions in the habitat category and 1 in all the others, as well as passing a resolution, which you have already done, committing to become a bird city. Highlights from Westminster's application: they are a 35-year tree city recognition. They're a bee city, so now they've got tree city, bee city, bird city, very conservation minded. And encouragement of forest regeneration with a new habitat and a planting of 6,000 native trees at Wakefield Valley Park, which also contains 3.1 miles of hiking trails. And they have many, Carroll County Bird Club provides bird walks and ongoing bird conservation activities within the town, and a city nature challenge sponsored by Westminster Rec, and a community citizen science and bird monitoring program with the Carroll County Bird Club. So all of the achievements can now be found in Westminster's birdcity.org/Maryland/Westminster webpage. And I wanted to thank Andrea Gerhardt, who's not here this evening, the senior planner for the city, who helped fill out the application, and Maggie comes from the Carroll County Bird Club for their hard work, and big congratulations. So I just wanted to present a certificate to the mayor. Thank you. That's a beautiful Carroll road sign.
We're looking at those.
Okay. Which you can put wherever you would like. And then we ask each community to choose a signature bird to represent their community, and I'm gonna let the mayor take it from there.
And I am pleased to announce that the bird for the city of Westminster is the Eastern bluebird.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
All right.
Yes. We'll take some
Well, when people say that Westminster's going to birds. So next up is a mayoral proclamation honoring our current chief, Tom Ledwell. So Madam Mayor, take it away. Sure.
This is a mayoral proclamation honoring the Chief of Police, Thomas Ledwell. Whereas Chief Ledwell's distinguished career in law enforcement spans more than 3 decades, including 10 years of dedicated service with the City of Westminster Police Department. Throughout this time, his professional conduct, devotion to duty, and commitment to public service, community engagement, and civic leadership have been clearly demonstrated. And Chief Ledwell has served with distinction and honor as the Chief of Police for the City of Westminster from March 1st, 2019 to August 30th, 2025. And Chief Ledwell has earned certification through the Maryland Police and Corrections Training Commission as both a general instructor and a defensive tactics instructor, thereby demonstrating his dedication to advancing professional standards in law enforcement. And Chief Ledwell modernized the Westminster Police Department by updating policies and procedures, implementing advanced technology systems, improving evidence management, streamlining hiring and promotional processes, and enhancing officer training. And Chief Ledwell has fostered stronger coordination within the agency through weekly operations meetings, created new staffing and scheduling plans, and secured multiple grants to support operations. And Chief Ledwell has strengthened the community trust through initiatives such as the Public Crime Dashboard, Domestic Violence Response Partnerships, and the Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion Program, while establishing specialized units and career development programs for sworn personnel. And Chief Ledwell provides a steady hand as it relates to the day-to-day business of the police department by ensuring a transparent, highly visible, and actively engaged measured and thoughtful approach when considering difficult issues. And now, therefore, I, Dr. Mona Becker, Mayor of the City of Westminster, join the Common Council, city staff members, and the residents of the City of Westminster to commend and express profound gratitude to the Chief of Police for his exceptional leadership, innovative initiatives, and unwavering commitment to the safety and well-being of the residents of Westminster during his tenure from August 2015 to August 2025. His dedication to community policing, operational excellence, and organizational development has left a lasting positive impact on the Westminster Police Department and the entire community. Adopted this 25th day of August. Congratulations.
I'm smiling on the outside. It's not happy about this. But it's not gonna end right there, so I would like to call on the Carroll County Sheriff, Sheriff Deweese, to say a couple of things.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Common Council, Chief. I didn't get you a proclamation, nor did I get you a plaque to hang on your wall. I'm just here to say thanks. And so Tom and I have been together for quite a long time here, the last 11 years. I've been the sheriff. Tom's been with the police department as the assistant chief or the chief for the entire time. Really, I've been the sheriff, and I, being the chief or being the sheriff, they always say bitch up. And there's not very many places to complain, and so over the last 10 years, Tom and I have sought counsel amongst each other. So you have to be able to pick up the phone and call someone to your left and just commiserate. And boy, have we done that over the last 10 years. And I will tell you that being the chief of this police department or any police department or the sheriff of a county is not easy in law enforcement in 2025, but it's really never been easy. Tom and I have been around for so many years. We've seen the evolution in law enforcement like you can never imagine, besides technology, but just trends in law enforcement. But we've seen issues like Rodney King in the 90s, all the way fast forward in the late 2000s and 2019, 2021, George Floyd, COVID, everybody forgets that. While most people were hunkered down in their homes, public service workers, law enforcement, corrections, fire, public service workers here, we're trying to get it done. And we collaborated an awful lot. And I will tell the Common Council and anybody that's out there watching that my office, the state's attorney's office, Maryland State Police, Westminster Police Department meet every Monday morning. And we talk about crime and issues that are going on in this county. And those meetings and Tom Ledwell are the reason that crime in this community, specifically Westminster, is not what people think it is. Really, it's safe. There's not a place in this community that I wouldn't walk at 2 o'clock in the morning, and that's by and large because Tom's a collaborative person, and the expectation should be that you always have someone that collaborates with every official in this county, but specifically with law enforcement. And Tom's been the absolute epitome of that. And so it has been an absolute pleasure to work with you. I'm a little disappointed that you're rolling out on me. I knew that you're going to take another role, but I can't tell you how nice it's been to have somebody in this position to collaborate with me to get things done on a daily basis to keep this community safe and everything outside. I often say that the folks that vote for this Common Council and the mayor, they're also my constituents because I'm a countywide elected official. So I take it seriously. And when Tom took office, that was one of the first things we did was make sure that we collaborated on everything we did to keep Westminster safe. And we knew that that would keep everything on the outside of Westminster safe as well. And so Tom's been very loyal to me. There was a particular time in my tenure as sheriff where I needed Tom to come with me on something. And he had some blind trust that he did, and it's worked out well for my office, for Westminster, and for the safety and security of this city and this town. So, Tom, you're an old dog and it's been a long time. And I'm gonna tell you something, you need rest.
Sleep.
I'm modestly jealous. I hope I have your job one day where I can retire and go off into the sunset. But you've done a wonderful job in a lot of different locations, and it's been an honor and a privilege to work with you. I consider you a friend, a close ally, and I'm proud to be standing here bidding you farewell. Your last council meeting. I know Friday's your last day, but congratulations.
Next, I'd like to ask our state attorney, Mr. Shoemaker.
Okay, first of all, I knew this was a bird city, by the way, because they routinely use my Tahoe and sits over next to the courthouse. So I knew that already.
We send them over there specifically.
I appreciate that. I want to tell you, Tom, on behalf of all the citizens of Carroll County, we certainly appreciate you for your years of public service, particularly last 10 here in our county. Thank you for all that you've done. I want to thank you on a personal note for the collaborative relationship that we've had in the 3 years that I've been on this job. Even when we disagreed about something, we did so without being disagreeable. We're gonna miss you tremendously, and I wish you all the best in your retirement. We have a little token of our appreciation from the state's attorney's office for you. It's suitable for framing. In fact, it's already framed.
Yeah, I'll kind of echo the theme of collaboration. I mean, you guys, Westminster Police has always been proactive, reached out to our office. When you guys notice a problem, somebody's going to be in court, you've always let us know. As a leader of your department, your officers have always been there. If we need them to do something, they've always been responsive. So, I mean, you guys at the county, we greatly appreciate your service.
Appreciate it so much. Sure. Thank you guys.
Thank you, gentlemen. Sarah, I believe you have something.
Yes. Debbie Finch was unable to join us tonight, and so she asked me to read her comments for the chief. Chief Ledwell made numerous contributions to the fight against the opioid and overdose epidemic, and I want to highlight some of them. Even before my arrival at the Carroll County Health Department as opioid prevention coordinator in 2021, the chief was concerned about the opioid crisis, a member of the Opioid Prevention Coalition, and working toward improving law enforcement engagement. He was actively involved in the initiation of the coalition's First Responders Appreciation Dinner, an event where first responders were thanked for saving lives from overdose and hear from people in long-term recovery about why their work is so critical to our community. Chief Ledwell knew that compassion fatigue was an issue for officers who face overdoses on a regular basis. In 2020, there was no event due to COVID-19, but in 2021, we kept the mission going by changing our approach. More than 35 community leaders and volunteers gathered to deliver lunch to all fire and law enforcement departments in the county, each accompanied by a person in recovery who shared lunch and their story. One memorable year, a first responder who volunteers in Carroll County and works in Baltimore County told us that he had never in 20 years of service been thanked. In my work, I have not encountered any other community that has done this. First responders see people in crisis at their worst, but rarely get to engage with them to see the rewards of their efforts. At the same time, Westminster City Police were engaging in other law enforcement prevention programs developing around the nation. Officers were receiving training in CIT, Crisis Intervention Team, a program where specifically trained police officers, mental health professionals, and community members work together to respond to crises involving people with mental health illnesses. The Westminster City Police were also receiving training in an innovative program called LEAD, a pre-booking diversion program that allows law enforcement to connect eligible participants with intensive case management and divert them away from the criminal justice system. Both programs help lead people to treatment and recovery, and they are working. Chief Ledwell and I formed the Overdose Response Protocol Action Team in 2021 to be more proactive in the face of increasing overdoses. He is known for his willingness to work cooperatively with agencies and other members of the Opioid Prevention Coalition. When Tim Weber, Community Liaison for the Office of State's Attorney, created a card listing resources for help for people struggling with addiction, Westminster City Police responded by distributing them at overdoses. The card included a nighttime phone line for help, closing a gap in services that Mobile Crisis and other local agencies could not fill. This was just one of several major initiatives of the Overdose Response Protocol Action Team. Others included, number one, development of a uniform overdose follow-up protocol to provide guidance and support for those who have overdosed. Our team brought together Carroll Hospital, the Health Department, and Mobile Crisis to create the protocol so that anyone who overdoses and receives assistance will get appropriate follow-up, reducing the chance of future overdoses and increasing the chance of getting into treatment. Number two, creation of a quick response team, QRT, with 2 certified peer specialists and a case manager. QRTs are pre-arrest diversion deflection programs that involve interdisciplinary overdose follow-up and engagement with survivors to link individuals to treatment during the critical period following overdose. QRTs have applications for communities across the country challenged by the opioid epidemic and recurring overdoses and overdose deaths. Number 3, development of an educational training for first responders aimed at reducing stigma. With Chief Ledwell's help, our Breaking Barriers seminar offered continuing education credit for police officers. Over 50 people, many of them from the Westminster Police Department, attended one of the seminar offerings. When Michael Robinson was hired to build the new Carroll County Fire and Emergency Medical Services team, Chief Ledwell and I included him in our conversations and team. Eventually, the Narcan Leave Behind program was initiated, and along with all the other prevention and harm reduction work, overdose deaths began to decrease significantly in Carroll County. Chief Ledwell has been a key part of what we have done here. Thank you.
This will be a top, I promise. Other than I can't say what council comments might.
Right, good. So, go ahead, take that. So, this was created by a local artist, Stephanie Madsen. And we wanted to give you a token of our appreciation as well.
Thank you very much, man.
As we retire. You're welcome.
Very cool. Thanks.
I'm gonna say something,
Yeah, I'd like to, thank you.
please.
So, I mean, if you look around the room, how can you not be successful? Because I think we've got such a great team. Talked about the collaboration that's come up so many times at so many levels. Support of the mayor and council that we have, that's one of the big selling points that we get to talk about when we're recruiting and we have our hiring interviews. And we can say it with sincerity. You know, there's a lot of conflict going on around us, and we don't have that here. So that allows us to work on the real issues and be engaged with the community and doing what we ought to be doing. So can't do it unless you got a great team. And, you know, that's been great. I really appreciate all the support and collaboration, and I thank you all. So appreciate it.
Awesome. Awesome, but kind of sucks at the same time, you know. Let's see, you know. Okay, we'll move on to approval. Now we're gonna get to business. So,
Maybe
yeah,
we-
anybody wants to go, now's the time. Okay, we'll move on to approval minutes. We will now consider the approval of previous meeting minutes. We have minutes from one meeting of the mayor and council. These are the minutes of August 11th, 2025. May I have a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve.
So, may I have a second? I'll second. Thank you, Mr. Huff. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of approval, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? The ayes have it, and the minutes are approved. We will now move on to the consent calendar. We have one item on the consent calendar this evening. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar?
Motion to approve, sir.
Mr. Dayhoff, thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Pecoraro. All those in favor of approving the consent calendar, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, and the consent calendar is approved. We will now move on to a report from the mayor. Madam Mayor.
Great, thank you, Mr. President. Just a couple things. On Saturday, August 23rd, I welcomed about 500 first-year McDaniel College students to Westminster. This class is very diverse. This is the largest percentage ever of students attending the Westminster campus from their sister campus in Budapest. And while in the past it has been much higher, this class has only 15% of its incoming students from Carroll County. And so they're reaching out a little bit beyond Carroll County with their engagement. It was a beautiful morning. I was joined by council members Ann Gilbert and Kevin Dayhoff from the library lawn for comments and an official welcome before the students explored downtown. In my opinion, I think it was one of the most successful McDaniel welcome events to date. I was in town from about 10 a.m. to 11:30, and when I left, there were still students shopping in our retail stores, picking up lunch from various spots in town. And as I greeted students throughout the morning and early afternoon, it was clear they were excited to start the semester as a green terror. Later that day, myself, along with Councilmember Dayhoff and Commissioner Tom Gordon, attended Find Your Purposes Back to School Drive hosted by Billy Live at the Westminster City Park. This event provides school supplies from notebooks and backpacks to pencils and markers for students entering school this year. There were also a variety of nonprofit organizations on hand, and Collision Course was serving up food at the event. Yesterday on Sunday, August 24th, one of my favorite things happens at 6 p.m. The week before Labor Day. I attended, along with council members Dan Hoff, Ann Gilbert, and Kevin Dayhoff, the end of summer concert by the Westminster Municipal Band. Held in historic Belgrove Square, this concert is a long-standing tradition in the Westminster community. As always, the concert was fantastic with plenty of attendees, and we enjoyed an evening of band music, including some pop tunes and patriotic marches. At the event, I mentioned how lucky of a community we are to have a municipal band that represents and promotes Westminster, not only in the state of Maryland, but throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. And we will see the band next during Fall Fest. The very last thing, I would just like to say one or two more things for the chief, as I'm sure everyone elsewhere will a little bit later in the meeting. I just want to voice my appreciation for the outstanding work by the chief over the last decade. To me, you are the epitome of a police officer. Everywhere in and outside the community, I have heard positive comments about how the officers of the Westminster Police Department comport themselves while serving the community. You have built a department of respect and discipline, honor and dedication, a department that sees and prides themselves as part of the community and strives to uphold the values that you have instilled in each and every officer that has come through the department. I wish you the best in your retirement, and I thank you heartily for your years in service to the city of Westminster. And as chief of the Westminster Police Department, it has been an absolute honor on my behalf to have you as chief of the Westminster Police Department during my first term as mayor, and you will be missed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and we will stick with you because we're not going to move to reports from committees, and yours is first up, Arts Council.
So just a short report from the Arts Council. The Arts Council welcomed 3 new board members this past month. Daniel DeHollander, Corinne Corpus, and Jackie Reef have all joined the board. They are active members of the community, and I have no doubt they will bring new energy, ideas, and support to the Arts Center. The Arts Center flyer has a new look. If you've gotten yours in the mail, I imagine we'll get one here sometime soon at a council meeting. It has a new, sleek, modern look to it, which really helps the events to stand out. I just want to mention 2 things coming up. On Friday, September 5th at 7:30 p.m., there is a premiere of a movie called Growing into Greatness. It is a documentary about Maryland champion trees. The film was produced by Professor Robert Lemieux at McDaniel College and tells the story of the champion trees that are found in Maryland. It will be released on Maryland Public Television in 2026. So this is your chance to see that a little bit earlier. And also on the horizon is the members show. The registration for deadline is September 1st, and the show will be on exhibit from September 23rd until November 8th. And you can expect to see some amazing artwork during that time. And that was my report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We'll move on to economic and community development. Mr. Huff.
Nothing to report this evening, sir.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on to Finance Committee, Mr. Pecoraro.
I have nothing, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Next up will be Personnel Committee, Skillert.
I have nothing to report.
Okay, we'll go on to Public Safety. I do have a short report. On August 18th, the Westminster Police Department patrol officers located and stopped a vehicle at 625 Baltimore Boulevard that had been stolen in Howard County. The vehicle was operated and occupied by underage juveniles, seems to be quite the trend, who were subsequently charged for various offenses. With the assistance of, and number two, with the assistance of the Public Works Department, the Westminster Police Department Criminal Investigation Bureau officers received a much needed refresh, and which included a fresh coat of paint, replacing the old carpet with luxury vinyl flooring, and updating the detectives' desks and chairs. And I can assure you that that saved city taxpayers a good bit of money by doing a lot of that work in-house. So good job there. That is the end of my report.
Luxury and vinyl flooring, you're putting those.
I meant to take that out when I. It sounds so funny. All right, we'll move on to the Public Works Committee. Mr. Pecoraro.
Thank you, Mr. President. I apologize. I couldn't help myself.
No,
I should have mentioned earlier, Finance Committee, we actually did meet last week and did have a really good conversation with city staff about some of the city's banking financial practices. So that really matters to share this with everybody. I have nothing for the Public Works Committee that we have not met.
thank you, Mr. Pecoraro. Parks and Rec, Ms. Gilbert.
I have a few items for the Recreation and Parks report. Walk with a naturalist upcoming sunset.
Sorry, Siri turned on.
She's listening.
She's listening all over the place tonight. Walk with a naturalist upcoming sunset hike. We invite the community to join us for the next Walk with Naturalist at Wakefield Valley Park, located at 1000 Benby Farm Road. The upcoming sunset hike is scheduled for Sunday, September 8th from 6 to 7. The guided experience will explore the park's evolving beauty as the seasons change and will offer fascinating insights into the area's history, ecology, and native wildlife. The hike will begin in front of Durbin House. Participants are encouraged to wear comfortable footwear, so no stilettos. Dress appropriately for the weather and bring a sense of curiosity. While registration is not required, it is helpful for planning purposes if attendees let us know which dates they plan to join us. Parade applications are also open. Applications are now being accepted for participation in 2 of the Westminster signature parades, Fall Fest and Miracle on Main. Fall Fest parade will be September 25th and Miracle on Main is November 29th. We encourage all the local organizations and groups and businesses to help us celebrate the community spirits and our tradition of marching down Main Street. That is all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Gilbert. The mayor has a question for you.
The Walk with a Naturalist, the 8th is a Monday. So is it Sunday, September 7th?
Ms. Gruber, can you help clarify that?
I think I might have messed that up. I believe it is Monday, the 8th.
Monday.
We'll go with Monday, September 8th.
Okay. Thank you.
From 6 to 7.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Okay, we'll move on to the Technology Committee. Mr. Dayhoff.
No report, sir.
Thank you very much. And Intergovernmental, Mr. Huff.
I have nothing to report this evening.
Okay, we'll move on now to council comments and discussion. Mr. Pecoraro.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do want to just take an opportunity briefly to thank Chief Lidwell for his years of service. And, just want to go back to, and you'll remember this well, when we were replacing the former chief and we were about to launch a big search. And you, Mr. President, came to us, you said, before we go out and talk to all these other people, you guys really need to sit down and hear what Tom Ledwell has to say. And so we all got together and, Chief Ledwell, then Assistant Chief Ledwell, made an amazing presentation to us where, he discussed, in detail statistics and facts about how Westminster, about what was going on in Westminster and crime in Westminster, and lack of crime in Westminster, and the demographics of the city and how the city was being policed and how he would change how the city was being policed. And, really shared with us, a lot of things we didn't know about the ideas around community policing. And we were just blown away. And he left that conversation and we all just kind of looked at each other and said, there's no reason to go any further. The right guys were sitting right in front of us. And so we made that choice. We made absolutely the right choice. I'm proud that we did it. And he's just done a terrific job. Chief, thank you so much for all you've done for the community. You fulfilled every promise that we thought you had that night. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pecoraro. Mr. Dayhoff.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to echo everyone's remarks. I've really enjoyed working with you. So I wish you the best in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dayhoff. Ms. Gilbert.
Well, I will reiterate almost everything everybody said tonight, but I kind of prepared something, so I at least want to say what I prepared, even though it's probably a repeat. I just want to take a moment to thank Chief Ledwell for the years you've spent here in Westminster. Not only have you been a department head, but a voice of reason, a team player, a colleague, and the backbone behind so many efforts to not only keep our community safe, but change the perception of policing in our community. You have brought innovative initiatives to Westminster City Police Department, along with harm reduction strategies to our community. Your collaboration with the community and its partners is immeasurable. Your leadership strengthened our police force, but also built trust and respect with our community and our youth. As you move on to another new chapter in your life, you leave behind huge police shoes to fill. So I want to say thank you for your years of service here in Westminster and being an integral part of making it a safer place, of making Westminster a safer place to live, work, and play. And I wish you and your family nothing but happiness in the future and enjoy your retirement.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Or your not so retirement, maybe. I don't know. Along with that, with council comments, I wanted to also welcome McDaniel students to Westminster and to our county and hope they have a great prosperous year. And I also wanted to comment on the Westminster Municipal Band's performance. Again, it was a beautiful evening. I think one of the prettiest temperature. The temperature last night was just amazing. We weren't sweating. It was just a nice breeze in the air and listening to the music. It was just so pleasant. And reiterate Mayor Becker's statement that we are blessed to have such a great longstanding active band in our city. As a matter of fact, since 1893. So it has been a very longstanding band. And it is wonderful to hear them every couple times a year, particularly outside. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Gilbert. Mr. Huff.
Chief, it has been a pleasure. I've only been on council for a little over 4 years now. My first 2 years, I was on the Public Safety Committee. You have been an incredible example of what a good chief is. So I really appreciate that. And I wish you the best of luck in retirement. And I hope you enjoy your retirement and very much appreciate your service to this community. You've done an amazing job.
Appreciate that.
The other thing I wanted to just take a moment to mention is I just want to compliment our planning and zoning staff as well as the commission itself. We had a controversial project come up on our agenda on Thursday night. It was a 3.5 hour long meeting. And I just was really impressed by some of our members and the consideration that they gave to the topic and the different issues involved. I thought that anyone who was objectively watching the hearing, while some people might not be happy with the end result, I think anybody that was objectively watching would consider the issues involved well considered. So I really appreciate, staff's effort, and I really commend and compliment our Planning and Zoning Commission, really considering those issues involved. And also our chair, Tom Baird, was a great appointment and is doing a great job in that role on the commission. That's it, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Huff. I'm not going to belabor the point. Tom, you've done a hell of a job. And we're all really grateful as public safety chair for your entire tenure. I couldn't be more grateful for the work you've done. So thank you. We're going to miss you as our chief. And at least in the interim, temporarily, we're going to be in very capable hands of our deputy chief. We don't have a ton of meat and potatoes this evening because we really wanted to make sure this was a lot about Tom and his retirement. So we don't have any bids and ordinances and things of that nature. Mr. Ramsey, we probably just needed to come to this meeting and say that. But I'm sure you wanted to at least say goodbye. Absolutely. Chief. Is there any unfinished business that I'm not aware of that we need to address? Is there any new business that I'm not aware of? Hearing none, we'll move on to departmental reports.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to remind everyone that Monday is Labor Day, so city offices will be closed. I want to take an opportunity to thank all of our staff that sometimes don't get thanked, and we are so grateful for all of your hard work. I've worked in lots of different places, but this staff that we have is incredibly skilled, dedicated, and is very passionate about the community and the work that they do. So thank you to you all. We're going to start tonight with, as we always do, Ms. Gruber and the Recreation and Parks Department.
Good evening. First, Tom, I would just like to express how grateful I am to have worked alongside you all of these years. Everything that we have done in the Recreation and Parks Department has only been better and more complimented because of you at the helm of the police department. And so when you talk about working alongside a team of people that help make you successful, you do every day, you're certainly at the top of my list. So thank you very much for being such a great police, a leader to Westminster, and a co-worker of mine who I thoroughly enjoy working alongside. So I will miss you greatly.
Thank you.
In other notes, we'll move on to our favorite topic, pickleball. We're pleased to report that several updates to our local pickleball facilities are happening. At the City Park pickleball courts, a new divider fence has been installed to replace the previous one, which suffered repeated vandalism. The new fence features a more durable construction, including a heavier top gauge top rail and a newly added bottom rail. And hopefully both of these enhancements will add stability, significantly improving the fence's sturdiness to help prevent future damage. In addition to that, over the weekend, our JC Park pickleball courts received fresh coats of paint thanks to some very dedicated pickleball players that are also wonderful volunteers for us at the City of Westminster. This update will enhance both the aesthetics and the functionality of these courts. We just have one more thing to finish over there, which we need to put the white lines around the freshly painted court surface. So in addition to improvements, the Westminster Family Fitness Center is also getting ready to undergo some additional improvements. Beginning on Monday, September 8th, we are getting new windows installed on the third floor of the facility. This is a huge improvement for us as our current windows actually have created some water intrusion issues for us over the years. And so we are very excited to getting this done right before winter and the height of hurricane season. So just to let you know, staff has thoughtfully adjusted the group fitness schedule for the month of September to minimize the disruptions that this will cause because some of the rooms and studios will need to be taken offline during the renovation. But please know we do remain committed to keeping the group fitness schedule robust and well-rounded during this time where we will be taking facilities offline. And that concludes my report unless there are questions.
Other questions for the Recreation and Parks Department? Hearing none, we will move on to the Public Works Department. Public Works has been very busy this summer, setting up and cleaning up for National Night Out, repairing broken window at the Armory, assisting the police department with some repairs and installation, and of course, working on our annual paving. And they're just about to start getting ready for Fall Fest as well. Are there any other questions for the Public Works Department? Hearing none, we will move on to the Human Resources Department. Ms. Brown.
Good evening. I will echo what everyone else has been saying. I'm the newest member of the department heads here at the City of Westminster, and I will say that Chief Ledwell has been the most welcoming, most collaborative chief or leader that I have encountered. Being new to working with municipalities and dealing with the police department, it has been a great learning experience. And he has been, you have been, not speaking about you, speaking to you, you have been an awesome leader and colleague, and I wish you the best of luck in your next endeavor.
Thank you, sir.
As it relates to the Human Resources Department, we are actively working, as you all have been celebrating Park and Recs for all of the activities that they have been doing. We are working on transitioning out as Park and Recs closes the pool and other things. We are working diligently on transitioning those seasonal staff out, as well as filling other vacancies that we have available in the city. And I would encourage you and the public, if you know well qualified and people who love the city of Westminster and want to work here, to visit our website and to apply to those positions. Thank you so much. If there's any questions.
Are there any questions for the Human Resources Department?
Mr. Hall, it's not a question, but a quick comment. You know, Ms. Brown, I'm so glad you said that about transitioning those folks out. We tend to lose sight of some of the things you guys have to do in human resources. We always kind of think of you as this real kind of singular silo, just hiring people, but there's a lot more to it, the benefits and all the other stuff. And we forget about that. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Thanks for all the work you guys do.
Thank you.
Really been just, you've been awesome since you've been here. I think we're all very grateful. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. President. All right, we will move on to the IT Department. Mr. Moore.
Hey, Mr. Moss, once again, just say thank you for your service. Thank you for your collaboration. This is the fourth agency I've been. By far, I've never had a relationship with a police department like my team has with you guys. So it helps us, it helps you guys. The willingness for my guys to jump in when there's a problem, you don't get that everywhere because sometimes farms can be difficult. So, but I can honestly say it's been a pleasure here. So, as far as my team goes, we are actively working on our annual user audit, going through all the users and permissions and things like that. And on the GIS side of things, I met with the county this morning to create a relationship with their GIS director and start bridging that gap and doing more collaborative work with them. So that's my report, unless you have any questions.
Are there any questions for the IT Department? Hearing none, we will move on to the Housing Department. Mr. Brown.
Good evening. I don't have anything to report on this evening, but like everybody else, I want to take this opportunity to thank the chief for his service and for and I hope I'm not overusing the word, the collaborations that we have enjoyed since my tenure here. And we have frequently engaged on a number of issues, some with very positive outcomes. I say the majority of them, and some may not. But it has always been a cooperative atmosphere with the intent of getting the best outcome for our citizens. So thank you, and I wish you the very best in your retirement. Thanks.
Are there any questions for the Housing Director? Hearing none, we move on to the Planning Department. Mr. Depot.
Thank you. I'm going to repeat what everybody's saying. I've been planning for a very long time. I've been doing this for 30-some years. And I can absolutely say I've never had a relationship and collaboration with the police department as we do here. It is special. And I want to thank you for that. And congratulations and good luck. As for planning, on August 21st, the Planning Zoning Commission approved Site Development Plan S2234. This is to construct a 2-story, 4-unit multifamily dwelling at 288 East Main Street. And they approved Site Development Plan S231. This is to construct a 5,493 square foot Chick-fil-A restaurant located in the southeast quadrant of Baltimore Boulevard, Route 140 and Old Baltimore Road. And with the Chick-fil-A, we'll also be getting Market Street extended. That will provide significant improvements on traffic circulation in the area. And that completes my report. I'm available for any questions.
Are there any questions for the planning department? Hearing none, we will.
Ms. Moss, the only thing I do want to just add on is the Market Street being built is a really important thing, I think, for the overall community. Right now that traffic circle just kind of dead ends. It doesn't go through to 140. And now that it will, I think that'll really help some of the traffic flow issues from Stonegate and Old Westminster and just be much more conducive. And though there are members of the Tree Street community that, think it's not a good thing, time will tell, but I kind of think that based upon the evidence that we heard that evening, I think it will improve some of the cut-through issues that are currently taking place related to Old Baltimore. So I think the fact that Market Street is going through is a really good thing in the long run for the community. So that's it.
Thank you, sir. All right, we'll move on to the finance department. Ms. Rogers.
Thank you, Ms. Imhoff. Good evening. I do not have a report from the finance department, but I do have to say thank you to Chief. Chief, I don't think since I've been here, I've called you Tom once. So when you take over, you'll be, moved up to Chief now as far as the title goes. But I just really want to thank you. Everyone has talked about your collaboration. I echo that, but another word that I have is your thoughtfulness when you approach everything. You're a great partner, a great think partner. And I always know when I pick up the phone and call you, we're going to get it done. A little known fact about Chief that many of you, well, Ms. Himhoff knows, and maybe Chris Price knows, but Chief is a Excel geek like I am. So I always enjoy working with him. I know when I give him an Excel file and he does what to do with it, it probably will make it better. So when you move on to your second phase of career and you're done vacationing and enjoying time, if you ever need a job in finance, call me. And in all seriousness, I appreciate working with you. I'm really gonna miss you. All the best. You're welcome.
Are there any questions for the finance department? All right, so we will move on to the police department. I want to make sure that I've introduced Major Price, who I have appointed as the acting chief once Chief Ledwell retires.
Thank you, ma'am.
So Major Price, thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for stepping up and to serve as acting chief.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, I have a few words that I'd like to say about the chief. Around that. In a meeting of the Opioid Prevention Coalition in May 2021, Chief Ledwell said, "I believe we can be more proactive in dealing with the increasing overdose numbers." As a result, the Overdose Response Protocol Action Team was formed, which changed the course of the opioid epidemic in Carroll County. Chief Ledwell's leadership has fostered collaboration and problem solving across agencies with our governmental, public health, human services, and law enforcement partners in order to effectively provide the correct service to those in need. Chief Ledwell will not only be remembered for his dedication and passion in law enforcement, but for his kind and gentle demeanor, his humor and his wit, his ability to remain calm under pressure, and his willingness to lead, teach, mentor, envision, and collaborate. Chief Ledwell conducts himself with integrity, fairness, and respect for the diverse needs and perspective of the community, of the department, and of the city staff. Chief Ledwell, for the past 10 years, you have led with a rare combination of strength and humility. You've been data-driven, solutions-oriented, and relentlessly focused on the details that matter. But what set you apart wasn't just your discipline or your vision, it was your character. Your superpower has always been your calm. In a profession that so often tests patience and resolve, You never let frustration cloud your judgment. You met every challenge with composure and every person, no matter the circumstance, with dignity and respect. You saw humility first, always. You saw humanity first, always. You've taught us that leadership isn't about power. It's about accountability, about listening, about believing that there's always a better way forward and then working together to find it. Thank you for setting that standard. Thank you for your integrity, your wisdom, and your unwavering commitment to this community. You will be deeply missed. It has been my absolute honor to serve with and alongside you. On behalf of the entire city staff, we wish you a restful, healthy, and happy retirement.
Thank you so much. Very good.
Chief bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I feel pretty good right now. I overlooked thanking my wife, who's here before, which was a big faux pas. But obviously, I'm in year 34 of law enforcement in Maryland, and I couldn't have done it without you and that support. Also with our child, AJ, who had to work tonight, but has been a great support for me. So I'm very lucky to be able to go home to that, because sometimes you're at the height of stress, and that's so important. So thank you so much. As far as police department goes, I've got a couple things. One, the state attorney's office put out a press release this morning that had to do with a robbery, a strong arm robbery at a Penny Mart right on Main Street. And I wanted to highlight the work that our folks did, our officers and our detectives. The individual was masked, but they were able to follow the video evidence and find a tattoo on his hand that they were recognized. And then we're able to positively identify him, and he just pled guilty to the robbery. He was on probation for a second-degree assault, so he's going to do some incarceration for that, and hopefully will come out and not have the same violent tendencies. But I wanted to highlight that, so it's a good job on our officers and detectives' part. The second thing is that we have hired a gentleman who we will swear in tomorrow. His name is Jason Jones. He's going to fill the role of patrol commander. Captain Peter, who is our current patrol commander, will move into where Jeffrey Schuster retired, so he'll be our CIB commander. I think you're going to enjoy Captain Jones. He is a ball of energy. He brings unbelievable resume. He's serving as an acting major precinct commander with the Portland, Oregon Police Bureau, where he oversees 150 sworn and a number of other professional staff. He's been in law enforcement with them for over 26 years in patrol investigations, training, and various leadership roles. He brings a strong background in crisis response, community engagement, and data-informed policing strategies. He's been a critical incident commander with experience managing complex SWAT and crisis negotiation activations. He's a graduate of the FBI National Academy. He holds a PhD in leadership and is completing a second master's degree in political science this fall. He's developed and taught more than 30 college level courses in criminal justice, and has supported national and international public safety and leadership initiatives. So we're really excited to bring him to Westminster. He's very excited to start here tomorrow, and I think it'll be a huge addition. We'll have like a 4-day overlap. I'd also like to say that I have the utmost confidence in Deputy Chief Price taking the helm. He's done an exceptional job. We were having some challenging times when he came on board, and he was very helpful, a very good support system for me, and has been a great member of the team. So I have the utmost confidence in him. I appreciate it. So, thanks a lot. That's it. Do you have any questions?
Are there any questions for the chief? With that, Mr. President, include the departmental reports.
Thank you very much. Ms. Ledwell, thank you. So on behalf of the mayor and council for allowing Tom to have a second career with us, because I'm sure when he left Frederick, you were thinking maybe you'd get him all to yourself. So you let him have us for 10 years. So thank you very much. Okay, the final item on our agenda is citizens' comments, during which we invite the public to address the mayor and council on any issues related to tonight's agenda or other city matters. For those not attending this public meeting, we welcome your comments via email at comments@westminstermd.gov. All emailed comments will be shared with the mayor and council. Please include your address and phone number with your comments. We will now invite comments from those present this evening. This is an opportunity for the public to share their thoughts with the mayor and council. Our role at this point is to listen to your comments and respond appropriately after consulting with staff and each other. Is there anyone here this evening who wishes to be heard? And if so, please state your name and address for the record.
Hi, I'm Tina Miller, Executive Director of the Nonprofit Action for Kindness and city resident at 46 Bond Street. My husband and I, Eric Miller, would like to address two things with the mayor and city council and Chief Ledwell, who we have fun stories being city residents. Of the chief of police of our city. Having the chief of police of our awesome city riding around on his bicycle and coming to talk to us, it's just, we have some really good memories of.
I'm stopping by my shed one day and just being two guys talking about woodworking was really special.
And then also talking at different civic activities, National Night Out, and we really appreciate everything that you've done and with the officers under you. They're just all wonderful. It's been wonderful to interact with them and feel safe in the city because of that. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And then secondly, as the Executive Director of the Nonprofit Action for Kindness, I'd like to thank the City of Westminster for their sponsorship of our Kindness Stroll. It's our signature fundraiser. And I'm grateful that City Planning has helped us to turn Westminster into an art gallery with Be Kind signs in the merchant windows. So I just wanted to.
Hanging the flags.
And hanging the flags, yes, for the city staff for hanging the flags as well. We're really grateful that you've allowed us to engage in the community in this way and been such a wonderful partner in putting that together. So
And happy staff for
yes,
for the kickoff celebration.
so those are our comments and thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we don't typically engage folks who comment. That's kind of the deal that we have. Is when we let people talk to us, we don't talk to them. That's the rule. But I think I speak for everybody when I say how incredibly proud we are of the work you guys have done. You put us on the map in a lot of ways. I've gone to other communities outside of the state, around the country, and I've seen signs. It's not at all uncommon to see them throughout Maryland, and it's just super cool. And I know there's some in other countries because my wife and I put some of them there. So you're worldwide, global, and you've helped make Westminster a better place. So thank you for that. Anybody else want to say anything before I move on to the rest of the comments, even though I know I'm really burning? Okay. All right. So is there anyone else who would like to be heard? Yes, sir. Yes. Name and address, please.
Richard Krebs, 8 Ridge Road. Just wanted to say thanks. My thanks is of a much smaller nature, but an important one. I know throughout the city, there's been a campaign over many years now to make sidewalks more accessible to people of all ages and all abilities. You finally hit Westmoreland, which is right down the hill from me. You have a very good crew of people doing that job, and it makes it easier for people of my age, as well as people with carts and wagons and strollers to get up and down sidewalks without navigating a curb. So thank you for that job. It's being well done. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anyone else like to be heard this evening? Well, that concludes our agenda for the evening, and our next regular meeting will be Monday, that is tonight. So it's gonna be our next one in September. What's the date? Anybody? Anybody get that for me?
September 8th.
September 8th. Thank you very much. And with that,